We've been called out today to look at a gas explosion in North London. It's quite an interesting one. I say gas explosion. I don't think there's actually any mains gas connected to the property, but the fire brigade docket thing that they left says that it was a gas explosion, so we need to look into that. So I'm going to go upstairs and show you the structural damage that's happened, which is quite interesting, and how the roof is currently being supported. Okay, so Charlie's already here. He's just doing a sketch plan of the upstairs. This is what we're greeted with as we come up the stairs. The property is actually an HMO, house and multiple occupation, and this wall has taken a bit of force. It's actually snapped through the structural timbers here, which is shows that there was really quite some force in the property as to what happened on the inside to kick all that out. Something in the region of about 400 mil or so, and again on that side of the property, that side of the wall. This is a non-load bearing partition. We can see from outside, which I'll show you in a moment, our floor joist span laterally across the property to an internal load bearing partition there. So in this back room we can see what we never want to see, which is the wall plate which supports the roof above, which spans now about 3.4 metres from up there somewhere all the way along. Obviously it's not going to load on the windows. This section of wall is completely missing. That, quite interestingly, is no longer a wall. I'll come to that in a moment. And across this window where it reloads about there. So we've got about 3.4 metres of wall, wall plate that is totally unsupported. Shouldn't really do this. I'm going to clamber through this window and show you from the outside. Okay, so viewing from the rear, when I said I shouldn't really go out the window, reason being, we've got roof loadings, we've got the floor joists, which we can just about see up in there, loading onto that wall plate. So the floor joists are for the second floor room and bathroom, all loading onto this wall plate, which is now spanning from pretty much there, where that bit of brick face is shown, 3.4 metres or so to about there. Now that wall plate is only an old 4x2, so there's a bit of deflection in it at the moment, not a tremendous amount. This only happened, what are we now? We're lunchtime on the Wednesday. This happened yesterday afternoon, so it's not even 24 hours. We've got some builders on the way to come and put some acro props along this section of wall plate here to try and stop the roof from collapsing, because my biggest concern here and now structurally is that there's so much loading coming down through this wall plate onto absolutely nothing that this could move further, potentially causing the roof to wholly or partially collapse. From the front of the building you can't see that there's any issues here, you'd never know. Inside I pointed out this section of wall, which I said is no longer a wall. This is the plaster, and we can see that all that's holding this bit of plaster work together is the dot and dab plasterboard that's been lined on the inside. So that is a bit of lime plaster, probably blown at some stage, that's stuck nicely to the plasterboard, but the actual wall, the 9-inch solid wall, is here all over the flat roof and the lean-to roof to the back of the property. So it's not the kind of thing you see every day, but we do deal with explosions. Some are less dramatic than this, some are a lot more dramatic than this. And if this was just a little bit more, there wouldn't be a roof or a rear wall, and there's a chance it would be on the local news. We've probably all seen it on the local news at some point. So main concern is that bit of brick right there is quite live. Not sure if there's a safe way to get to look at that from here. But we can see there how twisted and fallen out it is. The gap between the wall at the moment and the wall plate is about 200 mil, whereas the inner face of the outer bit of brick here should be touching that wall plate, because it's a 9-inch solid wall, and it's over by about 200 mil, and we can get a bit more of an idea as to how the windows moved. The internal trim is slightly on the lean, but the actual main casement window is completely gone. So I'm not going to spend much more time out here. The worst bit for us is getting in and out the window, because it's the only point of access. But yeah, we'll get some acro props, get it weathered, and hopefully save the rest of it, because if we don't get this done today, I'm not sure that roof's going to be here in a few days. So something different. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you.